Foxy Shazam had blown rock world away with their last self-entitled album. Does church and rock and roll hold up to their new legend? Let's see. Hey, I'm Jess, WreckedRadio, and let's talk about Foxy Shazam's Church of Rock and Roll. The best way to introduce this album was definitely the intro, Welcome to the Church of Rock and Roll. This song introduced us to exactly how Foxy was going to approach this entire album. The band's unique blend of classic rock, glam, and gospel choir with a really nice horn section was presented right here in this song. On this album, Foxy Shazam pumped all of their best and most unique qualities up to full force and took us to church in an effort to induce some soul back into our rock playlist. And the second song on the track list is I Like It. This song I thought was very fun, and it's comical too, as well as sexy, which kind of envelops all of what Foxy Shazam has always tried to go for when it comes to the messages that they want to get through in their song. This is also one of the first videos, besides one of the teasers, that was put out by Foxy Shazam, and I think that video made it even cooler. It wasn't too out there on a concept. They were in a church and having a really good time while playing this song. Next was Holy Touch, which also follows the theme of the church. One of the best parts of this song for me was the amazing note that Eric Nally hits at the end of the chorus. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Eric had talked about not knowing when they went to the studio that he could hit some of the notes that he did, and he ended up really giving his all and discovering new levels that he could hit. And I think he might have been talking about this song. Next is Last Chance at Love. Like a lot of the songs on this album, there was definitely a classic rock feel. It was an old-fashioned love rock anthem for me, like the 80s, early 90s, in fact. I almost thought it was a cover of maybe an 80s song. I had to look it up, but I couldn't find one. But all I could think of during was like, more cowbell, I need more cowbell. Forever Together was a very sweet song. It was targeted at one of his sons, most likely Julian, who he's talked about on other songs on the two other albums, including one of their hits, Oh Lord. But by the end of this song, it's kind of passable or forgettable. I don't think it was one of the standout ones here. But when it came to It's Too Late Baby, that one was a little less passable. It had a lot of classic elements of rock, as well as their own style and spin when it came to their blend, their very specific blend. When it opens up, there's kind of this bongo intro, and it kind of reminds me of like Genesis, picks up just like Genesis or Phil Collins or whatever. But like I said, they love to go back to their roots, as well as really bring in some new flair and style. Both I Wanna Be Yours and Wasted Feelings are pretty passable to me. They're fillers, especially I Wanna Be Yours. Wasted Feelings, when it came to the chorus, that left more impression on me. Wasted Feelings chorus was very fun. Then it comes to The Temple, and I thought that it had a very interesting subject matter. This sounds sexist to me, but it's usually in the female idea that, you know, you can't have my body until I let you. It seems like, you know, in our society, most men welcome any physical contact, but this kind of plays with that idea that, you know, no, everybody's body should be respected, and you have to deserve it in order to have it. So I thought that was a very cool song, and it made me think as I was listening to the lyrics. So I'm like, interesting subject. The Streets is a very kind of kitschy rock song. It reminds me of like Second Floor ideology, where the lyrics talk about kind of an outcast, a second-rate band that belong the other outcasts and don't belong there, even though, as we all know, this band is taking the rock world by storm. Finally, Freedom was a beautiful and stadium-worthy ballad. It was a great way to end this album with a soulful punch, very Freebird-esque. Cycling around back to the part about soul, this definitely had it. My favorite lyric is, That's the biggest black ass I've ever seen. I'm just kidding. That's not my favorite lyric. My favorite lyric is, your music sucks, including us. It's time we kill our name. If one of you feel it too, we urge you to do the same. That is from Church of Rock and Roll. My favorite song is Holy Touch. I really did love that song. It was the first song I gravitated to besides Church of Rock and Roll. I give this album 4.5 out of 5 stars. Guys, and so tell me, you guys, what do you think of the Church of Rock and Roll as an album? What do you think your favorite lyric is, your favorite song, and what is your overall rating or thoughts on the album as a whole? For Monday's show, we're actually going to be putting together a alt-rock, alt-love song list countdown. So if you guys know any songs from this year, albums that were released 2011 to 2012 till now, if you can put down in the comments any rock, indie, punk, pop punk, love songs that you'd like to include on the list, you'll be credited in the video, and it will be awesome. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, love, rock and roll.